okay, this should be fast, so I just want to make it fast. So I'll do the stuff that you're probably more interested in first, and then I'll do my core vertical, which is experimental, at the end. Okay, so the bearish trade, which is the one I've been doing all this time, is very simple. You know, you just you get it. I got in as low as I could, and I don't really plan to get out of this. All I plan to do is if it continues up, you know, I'll probably get out with a small loss. Look how small the loss is. Even today, it should. Let's see. You see how it doesn't really move down here at all. So there's really not much risk in this trade for today. So I'll stay in another day. If it falls down in here, you know, it could do well. So that's the idea of this trade. Is like if it goes up for the week, you're going to take a small loss, and if it goes down, you have a big win. And yet I think the volatility is not really a problem doing it this way, because it's all in the money, so there's no problem here. So this might be a solution for Ryan's trade in a different way of doing it. But I'm not saying to replace all of his trades, but so far this is a better version. It doesn't have it only has the credit part, not the debit part, and more in the money. And I use this as the debit part. And there's no volatility problem here, so this is looking good so far. So that's it for that. The volatility proof one, it's simple, you know. I mean, what happened was you're in the middle. You're in the middle. It runs up. It ran up. That's where you get it. So it's how many times it crosses 3260 and goes back down to 3250. So you see, it started there and went up to 3260, finally down to 3250, and then 3260 one more time, right there actually, and then didn't make 3250, and then 3250. So I'm out. Now I might go back up to 3260 again, and I would get in again, and I might roll the ends if that happens. But right now, you know, it's $124 in loss. I am here, so if it goes up to 3260, which is only 5 more points, I may end up rolling it. You'll find out on the next video, but that's what that is. Ryan's trades are, this is my real trade I'm in without the vertical. Sorry, without the VXX. I did this with loss on purpose because, like I said, if mine falls, I'll do okay, and I was trying to lessen the volatility problem. So by having, I think this whole thing is raising up. I'm not sure. This is just an experiment. You can see I got in this all at the same time. If I took that off, that's $10 in profit right now. If I took this off, you can see. So let's see how it compares. This one is, I got in all of this at the same time, and I put all 3 of these options down underneath at the same time I got into this. These were the prices at that time, so we could kind of just see how it would have been. So that's the one that I was thinking of doing. If I had done it, I would have probably picked that one. But you can see, if I had picked this one, you know, or this one. So I guess the idea is you want to get a head start. Like, this is what's going to come down and hit it. So you want to get a head start lower. So it'll be in the money, the VXX before this. So the higher the number is, the more it's going to be in the money, but then the more it costs, right? So you know, like that. You can see if it. So we'll see. I don't know, but whatever. We'll just look at it. This one, same. I got in this on Monday. I just wanted to see if you could get into that late. It seems like it's kind of hard to do that. Like, you don't get enough credit, but I don't know. We'll see. Randy's, I don't know if you ever got that 34-cent thing. I don't think you did, but right now you're not really in much loss, and you know, it seems like just playing it out like this and playing the odds, less volatility problem because you only got into one of these. So I don't know. That's the plan, just to get it. If you get it cheap, you get it cheap. If you don't get it at all, then you just take your licks when it really runs up hard. My flat delta trade is just got in a new one yesterday, and this is, look at this thing. This is the experiment. We want to see if this thing was down here at 0, and now it's and look how it's not coming down, even though that's far out of the money. I think we might be able to construct a trade. You know how Ryan's trades look pretty before you get into them, and then they get ugly at the end? I'm wondering if you get in a trade that looks ugly in the beginning and it gets pretty by the end. So like, you start a trade with this thing, up here, that if it runs up, you break even or lose a little, and if it falls, you make a lot of money. And this part is right even below the line, because it's going to rise when it falls. So I think I want to construct a paper trade next week a little bit more carefully to do that.